Welcome to FPGA Magic. Today we are demonstrating a pulse width modulation module. The macro is used to drive a simple servo motor in this example. The pulse width modulator is used to control the motor position. The macro shown in this design has a 16-bit input which controls the pulse width modulation output, which starts at 0 and ends at whatever count you input. Also in this design we have included a 16-bit output port to drive some LEDs on our daughter board and a macro for the WS2811 to add a little light to the show. The macro has 5 settings under parameters. The first is the system clock divider. Our system clock runs at 50 megahertz, and this divider in our example is set to 50, so the clock for the pulse width modulator is 1 megahertz. The period count is set to 50,000, which is equivalent to the 50 milliseconds required for the servo period. The servo position is usually bound with a pulse width between 1 and 2 milliseconds, so our min and max count are bounded at 1000 and 2000, which bounds that output. If the input from the control software is set other than in between that. If you don't use these, you can set the min at 0 and the max count at max, which is 65,000. You can see the documentation on the macro for more information. In addition, there's an invert to invert the output. The switch LED PWM board is used for this project as shown in the picture. Pulse width output number 1 is used to drive the servo motor. Here's the pinout for the design and the Python code. As always, the design example and software are available for download. Thanks for watching.